I just don't care. Going live. Going live. Going live. Going live. All right. So here we go. Hey, we got one person on. Don't know who it is, but thank you for joining the program on this fine Saturday morning. We have one person, and they're not even responding. They're just staring at me. Well, whoever you are, mystery guest, thanks for joining because now I'm not alone. And there's nothing better than being not alone. Or it's better to not be alone. Did I say that right? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm backwards. I'm upside down. And the coolest part is I'm drinking water this morning. And the last time I had any whiskey was forever. Diesel shows up. Henry Vargas says, hello, sir. Henry Vargas. I don't know the name. Poor boy says, what up? And April says, good morning. Good morning, April. Chuck Drizzle. Good morning, General. Chuck, you can fall in line, getting the ranks. Brian Guzman. What's up, man? Michael Bardwell. He's a repeat offender around here. Just a little off the top, General. Yeah, he's talking about because it's National Barber Day. That's one of the days it is. You get like 30 things that it is, and but National Barber Day is one of them. Crazy Canuck, hello from Canada. Big fan. Thanks, Crazy. Kev O'Keefe, good morning. And Leia says hello. And the screen jumped on me. God damn it. You guys got to bear with me. I try to read all the comments, but when the screen jumps, it just I'm not trying to miss anybody. So scrolling back up. Boom, 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 boom. Cold, good morning. Gray Hulk from Arizona. I am not the Gray Hulk. That was a stupid ambush video. That whole thing was dumb. Gabe says, good morning. Tennessee Patriot. Hey, from Tennessee. Greg, okay, good morning. Texas. Hey, that's a cool little chingaderas there. I like that. That's my own word. Chingaderas. Don't use it. It's mine. Michael Gibson. Hi from Scotland, far away. Got to be evening time there, yeah? Jay Dean says, greeting. Beautiful Disaster. Good morning, Gen X Dad. I just love that name. Beautiful Disaster. I mean, it's not just that it's her in the picture and it fit. Beautiful Disaster. Does that not just embody women? They're just such beautiful disasters, especially in my life. But what am I going to complain about? I'm still here. Lars, man, what's up, big guy? Hey, Lars, Travis, good morning. I'll be droned. That dude's name is I'll be droned. Vitamin for smokers. Good day to you, sir. Glory Warrior says hello, hello, hello. Swathing says hello to her. Good morning. Top of the morning to you from Here's to You. And the screen jumped again. All right. Everyone's saying good morning. I covered as many as I could. I'll jump around as they come. But Michael Michael Bartle. Look at man. You and I have been on the same side of the enemy lines for a little while now. So just suck it up, Buttercup. I'm going to tell everybody. Bronze Fire. Good afternoon, General. Bronze Fire has been a steadfast person from here the whole time too. Yeah. I don't know. Do you want them on?
And do you have a red box?
No, I don't have a red box.
Yeah, because it's not cool.
Well, I'm not trying to be cool. I'm just trying to talk to people this morning.
Box.
I don't care.
The people were on last night.
I don't have the microphone over here. I don't have your goddamn orange lights on. I just was gonna sit down and talk to some friends for a few minutes, and then you're dicking with me. I don't need a red box. I'm not even.
I'm just better for that red box.
You're not better because you got a red box around your screen. It's bullshit. Steven's asking me what I think about the Joe Rogan shit. Yeah, there's a lot of that's a big topic. We may get to that tonight. I may jump back on here tonight and do one for you guys where we talk about some real topics. Right now we're talking about waking up. You know why? Because it's National Barber Day. I look up to see what those are. Do you know what others national? I mean, you got like 65 national days every day. You go look it up. You can claim that it's National Barber Day or any one of a bunch of other ones too. It's also, which is the one I did not choose to use, it's National Shower with a Friend Day. Now, I know you don't want to, but if you're going to be patriotic, I think you need to participate. So what I did was I yelled across the room to Gen X Mom and I said, hey, it's also Shower with a Friend Day. And, kind of giving a little hint. And she said, do you know a friend that wants to shower with me? It's like, well, I was kind of thinking we were friends. And she goes, no, we're married. We're not friends. I'm like, well, who do you mean? Who are you thinking about? Because now all of a sudden you ain't thinking about me. Different topic. Anyway, yeah, that happened this morning about 30 minutes ago. I tell you, Gen X Mom has some of the most sarcastic comments you can have. And she uses that womanly angle and just digs it right in every time. Whew, it's a good thing I've got paperwork on her because I don't know. All right. Ricardo says, "Good day to you, sir. Hope you're doing well today." Well, that remains to be seen because as soon as it warms up around here a little bit and we get done with this live stream, Gen Z Kid and I are going to go out, turn up the music really loud, open up the garage doors, and just rip everything out of the garage and then put it all back in, organized, neat, cleaned, and studied. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how that goes. All right. I really shouldn't be complaining. I'm complaining like as soon as it warms up outside because it's damn cold here. I'll bet outside it's 50. I'm waiting for it to be 72.3. I'm not sure how cold it is where you guys are, but I damn sure know that some of you are dealing with some snow. I bet some of you opened up your front door and all there was a wall of snow in with the door imprint on it, whatever design your front door is. El Garcia, what's up, Chief? Morning from the great Northwest. Robert Owens. Derek, everyone's hello and thank you very much. Gay Cruz, Zoe, look who's back. Zoe's here. Zoe Michelle, thank you. One of the great conversationalists of the program. So let me skip down on purpose. Two Bears here. Two Bear, where the fuck have you been? We're 6 minutes into the show and you just got here. God damn it. Counting on you, my man. And then this happens. All right. Let me see if there's anything you guys want to talk about. Are you leaving it up to me? Let's see. It's quiet. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Well, quit injecting her with sarcasm, Travis. Travis, come on, man. Whose side are you on here? I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm the one taking time. Travis. 33 degrees, Carter says. Wow. 14. The butcher says it's 14. Fried says it's 22 degrees in Rhode Island. Whoa. Somebody said it was -3. Kev O'Keefe -3. -23 in Minnesota. 77 in South Florida. Bronze, you just pissed everybody off. Everybody's going to petition to delete you right now. That's what's going to happen.
Sharing their temperatures. You didn't want to feel left
out. Brian Guzman dropped a $10 bill, turned my whole screen yellow, and says, "America, baby, smash the likes." I forget to do that. I'm sorry. I know. I don't whore myself out like I'm supposed to. What's the YouTube phrase?
Smash that like.
No. It's what do they always say in their videos on YouTube? It's hit like and subscribe and the bell for notifications or something. And hit that. Okay. Whatever the phrase is, just pretend I said it. Pretend I gave a shit, and then go ahead and do whatever you're supposed to do. Thank you. That way I'm not in trouble with everybody. Gen X mom and Gen Z kid won't beat the shit out of me for like, you're not promoting the channel, man. You're not telling everybody about the gear. And I'm like, no, I just sat down to have a conversation. That's all I did. You guys want to put an advertisement? I just put a fucking sign up here and let it play all day. Bridget says hello from Chicago. Kira's -10. Good God, you guys Zoe's just put a bunch of frozen faces up. I know you guys are in for some shit on the weather side of things, right? I got it. Mike Hawk Long. I fell for Mike Hawk Long. Mike Hawk Long. Wow, I didn't see that coming, man. How'd you slip that by me? You're so clever. What are you, fucking 12? He says boomer. He just put a big capital letters boomer. Yeah, it's because he's 12. He doesn't know that I'm not a boomer. In fact, the whole channel is called Gen X Talks, Generation X. Hey, but 12-year-old Mike Hawk Long, you keep pretending, you keep wishing that was your name. You keep wishing, and you see how far you get in life. But you got to get your facts straight, okay? I'm not a boomer. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa. Van Helsing, -24 in northern Sweden. Van Helsing, man, light the fires and close them doors. You got to have some shit and get back there. Positivity. Hello from Beer Can Island, Florida. I'm not sure if that's a real place, but it sounds awesome, doesn't it? All right, so I'm skipping around again. I'm trying to read everything, but we got hung up on the 12-year-old Mr. Mike Hawk Long, wishing his penis stretcher was working, but apparently it didn't. And where are we at? Ohio here, homie. Good. Smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks, Bronfire. I covered that. I know I forget all the time. Greg. Greg's talking to our 12-year-old Mike Long. He's trying to talk to Mike Long there, buddy. Crazy kid who lived in North Philly many years. There you go. Sir, can I ask you a question? Jay Lee. Sir, can I ask you a question? Yeah, but you don't need to call me sir. Go ahead, Jay Lee. Ask your question. I will try to answer. And there's Jaden from Australia. Boom, boom. Bananas and grapes. You make my crummy day a lot better. Hey, far out. If I can make you laugh at me in some fashion, we're good then. All right. I'm not even drinking. I'm not even drinking right now. That's the cool part is I'm just sitting here staring at the screen. You guys doing all the work. All right. Don't want to miss Jay Lee's. I told her she could ask a question, but I haven't seen her question. Scrolling around, did I miss it? Boom, 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 boom. You're rooting for the Bengals. Hey, Luke. You can root for the Bengals all you want. Rams by 10. That's it. Bonehead in Louisiana here. I haven't called somebody a bonehead in a long time. Joseph from Philadelphia is in. Crazy Connect need some Gen X dad movie recommendations. You gotta, God, I don't even know where to go with that. Crazy Canuck, you got. If I recommended Strange Brew, would you be pissed? That's an inside joke between Canuck and me, but he gets it. Okay, so not wait a minute. Whoa. Nonsensical rantings. It's a beautiful picture of a blonde-haired woman with glasses, and she wrote, "Hi, Dad." Now, I don't know that I'm your dad. I mean, if we're metaphorically, maybe, but I don't. Did the DNA test come back? Is that are we solved that mystery? Just kidding. What the fuck? I didn't see Crazy That got the joke. I didn't see Jay Lee's question. Did I miss it? Did anybody else catch it? Oh, her question was, or his question, is it too early for whiskey? It's not, but I don't see Gen X mom running over here pouring me any, so no, we must be okay. Advice from you in Virginia. Hope you and your family doing well. Great content. Everybody's a little frustrated today. We've been kind of climbing over each other for a little bit. So we're working on it. I'm trying to we'll knock out the live stream and talk to people and do some stuff. And then everyone's going to 1, 2, 3 break. And we got to get away. They have to do that a little bit. Daddy Poorbucks. Good morning, General, and greetings from the city of presidents, Quincy, Massachusetts. Daddy Poorbuck says he's from Quincy, Massachusetts. Now, I have been told you don't pronounce Quincy. You're supposed to say Quincy. Now, Daddy Poorbucks, am I close on that? Quincy. You're from Quincy. Shouldn't I have just said Quincy? Is that right? Do I get any props for knowing that? Because that seems to be a local thing there with you guys. Derek Clement, $10. Big old boom. I mean, you see my hands are yellow. The whole screen turned yellow. Derek Clement, I'm kind of new to the Gen X channel and absolutely love it. Being a proud Gen Xer myself, I can definitely relate to everything you say. By the way, 68 degrees in Sarasota, Florida. Take good care. Well, Derek, we appreciate you having on the program, following on the channel, and the donation there for the kids stuff. So yeah, we're all going to be a little mad at you right now because the first thing you posted in here was that it's 68 degrees where you are, and clearly you're reading the rest of the country is freezing. So just imagine probably 100 middle fingers pointing at you right now. Just it's pointing towards Florida. Just so you know, that's what you brought. You brought it upon yourself, man. What it is what it is, my friend. Okay. And there's our buddy. Look at our buddy Mike Long's back again. Whatever you say, boomer. See, this is the true hallmark of a 12-year-old. Mike Long. I'm not saying his middle name anymore because he's 12. I did it for him. I did it for him, so he'd think he tricked all of us. We did it a few times. But whatever you say, boom. That's all you got. That's whatever. First he calls me a boomer. Then he goes, whatever, boomer. Wow, I can't wait to see what Mike shows us next. His vocabulary is outstanding. His thought process cannot be compared. We should all sit on the edge of our seats, biting our nails, waiting for the next 12-year-old reply. Mike, you're an idiot. And they're just going to roast you. They're going to flame you, dude, because that's weak. EM, morning and afternoon legend. Thanks, man. I appreciate you saying so, even though if you're going to classify me as a legend, I think we need to recategorize the category to do it again. Cincy here, Bengals still suck. not exactly where you're supposed to be, Brian, that's your team, man. Come on. Where we go. Yeah, I got a lot of emails, and for the first time, they were all good emails. Were you guys here 2 lives ago when that dude Robert somebody made that comment and I just lost my mind flaming him? He made a comment and said, I guess I missed his comments. I was trying to, and I missed them. And he said that do I have to pay money for you to reply to my comments? I'm like, no. I mean, some comments I miss, man. I'm probably one of the better people at trying to read everything. We're having a conversation here. I went back because everyone said how funny it was, and I didn't believe them. And I mean, I had text messages and phone calls and emails. So I finally went back and I listened to it this morning. That was pretty funny. That was one of the better roasts we did there. I mean, I could see why people were really physically laughing, not just saying laughing out loud. No, they were physically laughing. Yeah, I might have been too hard on the guy, but God, he just interrupted the program for that stupid shit and accused me of like, you don't talk. Talking about tons of comments. Whatever. Travis Carter got an email that my order was returned. Just wanted to send something for the hassle. I'll email the correct address. Thanks, my man. Oh, yeah, yeah. Travis, was that the one that had the wrong apartment on it? Was that Gen X mom?
I need him to email me.
Oh.
Sent him an email.
Okay, Gen X mom just says email the apartment number or the house number, whatever we're missing on there. You just email that. That's all that was missing. We didn't have it in your first one, so yeah, it got sent back. Don't worry about it. We'll just it's cool. I mean, just settle that up with Gen X mom. She's fine. But I appreciate you reaching out to us like that. Very cool. That her packages, she's like 99% accurate on everything. Very very few issues. But it does happen. There are problems from time to time. So. And it's not her. Yeah, she just said it's not her sometimes. This time it had to do with a missing address. I kind of think you forgot to add it. So what, man? No one's trying to point fingers at anybody. Let's just get the shit solved, man. Let's get on with it. All right. Michael Roeder, $5. We boomers created Gen X. We gave you our values and morals, intelligence, and good looks. You just put your own spin on it. Michael Roeder is a boomer. Wow. I'm going to have to rethink my place in the universe, Michael. Michael is also a repeat offender on the program, so you have to take his words carefully, cautiously, but you must take them. He's been around a bit here, so don't take his words lightly, Michael Roeder. Because I even go back to when it was Roeder, Michael Roeder. He had to phonetically spell it. Says just Roeder. Sorry, helicopter Roeder, Michael Helicopter Roeder Blade. Moving on, another the yellow. The person's name is About 10 Midgets. That's the name. All right, About 10 Midgets. What do you got to say? 36-year-old here. Just lost my father last month. Love your channel because it's nice to have someone who cuts through the bullshit just like he did. Also, Mike, Boomer is a completely different generation. Yeah. Well, a couple things. Number one, I'm pretty sure that Roeder knows that Boomer's a generation. That's why in his statement, he says, we gave you kind of everything you are. He's like one generation giving the next generation. I'm going to assume that that's what Roeder meant. So we'll skip over that one. If you're 36, you just lost your father last month. There's no words for that. And you know that. There's how many people told you if there's anything I can do and it'll get better with time and all the other bullshit people say when someone passes away. The truth is nothing's going to help. Nothing's going to make you feel better. Nothing's going to change anything, especially if you were close to your dad. Now, if you weren't close to him, then I'm just talking out my ass. But I'm assuming because you brought it up, you were close to your dad. And if you were, all the words that everyone continues to say, and if it's only been a month, they're still saying it. None of those things are going to be much more than just empty shells, even though they're trying. They're on their end, they're trying. They didn't count. What does count is the people that show up and they don't leave you alone. I know there's 1% of the population that when someone passes away like that, they want to be left alone. They're like, I just need you guys to all leave me alone. However, it has been my experience that 99% of the population, even when they say they want to be alone, they shouldn't be. It's like it's when you get dumped by a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or when your husband or wife divorces you and you didn't want it, or you lose a loved one. Sometimes the only thing that can even marginally take the sting off of it, even a little bit, is to not be alone. Don't ask me how that works. I don't know, or why it helps. I don't know. But just the people that come around and knock on your door to check on you, those are the ones that are doing more than just running their mouths. Just remember that. You may not want it, and you may be the 1%, but most people just don't let them be alone. Sit in the same room with them, even if you're not talking. Just be there. Trust me, that makes that feeling, that connection makes a difference. Doesn't fix it. Don't think I'm telling you it's going to fix it, but it helps. So it's also what I'm telling you is if you know somebody, go drive there. I'm telling you, don't let them be alone. All right. Screen Pop Green, just a thought. Whenever we have clothing issues, just a thought solves them. General, do you have my email from Patreon? I can send Gen X Mom an email. And how are you, my friend? Just thought. It's been a while since we've spoken. I missed you. Don't know where you've been, but my dumbass has been right here. Your question was, do you have my email for Patreon? Um, we did it for all of our Patreon people who signed up. Everybody who signed up for Patreon, it's $1, is going to get a little package from Gen X Mom. A thank you. There's some stuff in there, and I'm not even sure everything is going in, but it's kind of a cool little welcome to Patreon. Thanks for hanging out, gig. And we did a mass email so everybody could send your address. We have to have a real address. I can't just hand you things to the screen. So yes, I'm pretty sure she got it. I didn't get into the email side on her for that. Just thought I'm guessing she's got it. If she knows how many people are in Patreon and how many emails she's got, so she'll correlate. If there's one or two missing, she'll go back and email them again directly. We'll figure that out. But that's a good time to bring up, hey, watch me commercialize myself right now. The kid does have a Patreon account. There's not levels and tiers. It's not $5 and $10 and $20. It's $1. One tier, $1. And that helps him. That's a fund he's trying to do, extra stuff for his projects, his things, and his stuff he's doing. He's a kid. He's hustling up life. He can't go out and mow lawns and wash cars all year round. So this helps. And he does put a lot of content. And now that it's February, he told you, here comes the content. This month, all the stuff that nobody else gets to see anywhere, the behind the scenes stuff is going to start showing up. The pictures, the family, the little issues. I had to fill in, so I didn't know what to post. I posted that stupid story about the bird. That story about the bird in the driveway with my fat ass carrying all my shit, running around trying to catch this bird hop. That happened. We even posted a picture of the bird. My daughter finally got out there and captured the fucking bird. Can you imagine my dumbass out there running around my driveway trying to catch this thing? Yeah, that's what happened. I dropped the kid off at school. Anyway, if you're part of Patreon, those are the stupid stories you get to read about and the things you get to see. And you guys get a lot of the videos before anybody else does. Then they go public. Some of the stuff on there, all of our big family conglomerate stuff is never going anywhere. It's only on Patreon. It's the only link you can get to it. And once we get more followers, there'll be live streams that we just do there. So that's a special thing that he's developed. It's a special gig. Oh, you guys were asking me about doing that here. Because YouTube has the same kind of setup, but YouTube and they're very similar. Let's not talk about it forever. Very similar, except the bottom line was that YouTube takes a fucking chunk of your money. So like if you get, $200 a month from the membership thing in YouTube, they take like 30 of it or 30%. So it'd be $60. Yeah. That's just, you guys, even if it's $1, that's your dollar and you're trying to give it to the kid. And then YouTube says, because, well, you're using our platform, we're taking some of it. Yeah, that's tough. So we may do it, but it's not, we may do it, but it won't be like our primary thing. We'll do it with there's stuff that goes along with it too. Like you get I was explained that you get some cool shit when we're doing lives, like by your name comes something. And then if you've been participating for so long, you get like a sticker or a token. I don't know. There's some cool stuff that goes on there, but it just wasn't the highlight of my day once I listened to the whole story. So yeah, now you know. Michael Roeder chimed in again with $5. This is for Gen X Mom, her wine fund. She's the real hero and putting up with you. Okay, first of all, I'm never giving her that money. Goddamn it, not a goddamn dime. And now, Michael, we're not friends anymore because you spread lies and misinformation across the whole channel. You fucked everything up in here. She's the real hero. Putting up with this? Take another look. Putting up with this? It's bullshit, man. Total fucking bullshit. You know it. All right. Summer Breeze. Look who it is. Summer Breeze. Summer, where the hell have you been? I tuned in last night to Gen X Son. He kept the challenge going. Nobody has told me how he did. He's just a kid. He's a complete screw up. He probably ruined everything, but no one has told me how he did last night. And since I didn't see it, I don't know. Watching the Olympics, I caught some of the Glory asked about that. I caught some of the opening ceremony stuff. That's usually pretty cool, but I don't know. The whole China America issues just got me. I mean, I support our guys and girls over there doing that stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna watch. I'm definitely gonna watch some highlights. I do like the Olympics. I do. Yeah, but that's just this whole internationally has got me kind of fucked in my head right now about it. So I'm leaving it alone. Hey, look who it is. Elcoy, Morning General, stopped by to pay my respect and get in line. That's right, fall in the ranks. I didn't believe you on the 24-hour stream. Bills were going to make it. Once again, you were right. Well, they did make it far. They didn't make it all the way, but they did make it far. That's for sure. Boom. Two Bear, smash the like button. Two Bear, thanks for horning me out. I appreciate that. Mike, you King Bangers from boom. Mike, hi from UK. Bangers and mashed baked beans tea. Boy, Mike, that's a fucking mouthful, man. I'm not even sure what that is, but it's a mouthful. Oh, look, our favorite 12-year-old's back. Mike Long, do you have an OnlyFans page? Wow, that's clever. Golly, how to respond to that? Do I have? Did you need to ask that question? I know. You know what you I get it. I get it. It's February. Your mom and dad just bought you your first computer for Christmas. You're still figuring out how to use it, where to go, what to say, what not to say. I know it's a big learning curve. When you're 12 and you get your very first computer, you get all excited. I can sense it, Mike. It's cool. But yeah, you'll figure it out. We'll try to be tolerant of you for a while, but in the end, your generation literally blows ass. So we're only going to put up with you for so long. But hey, what an important question, Mike. Good job, buddy. Good job. You sit back in that chair with your little hot chocolate in your straw, and you feel like you're somebody, buddy. You feel like you're somebody. Jumping around, Caitlin and Jesse Wilkes. I can guess what you think about millennials and boomers. What are your thoughts on the silent generation and the greatest generation? Well, Caitlin or Jesse, whichever one is you, Mr. and Mrs. Wilkes. That is funny you should bring that up because there's not many people that know there is a silent generation. In fact, there's a bunch of them right now scratching their heads going, what are you fucking talking about? Because typically everybody says it goes greatest generation, came back from World War II, and then there's baby boomers, and then there's Gen X, and then there's millennials, and then there's Gen Z. However, there's some crossover generations that slip themselves that kind of blend into both sides. And at first I wasn't for that. I was very, very mad when they did that because now you're adding cross-generational stuff that who fits where. But the more I really experienced people of those age demographics, yeah, it's not a bad idea. It was not a bad idea to put some of that stuff out there, and I'll tell you why. My mother-in-law, who is visiting with us for a couple weeks, who I love dearly, she is older than my boomer parents, but she is younger than my grandparents, who were Generation X. So now, when you meet someone like that and you talk to them, they very much have a lot of the same knowledge and feelings of both generations of the greatest generation and of boomers. It's kind of like a hybrid, if that's the word that you guys would understand.
You kind of said that wrong.
So why? What did I say wrong?
You said my mom is between your grandma and
My parents. I did.
You called her Generation X.
Oh, I called her Generation X? Well, I mean the silent generation. Let me back up and try it again because Gen X mom is throwing stuff out at me from around the corner. Real quickly, greatest generation, baby boomers. Silent generation overlaps each way a little bit. If I said Generation X, I'm sorry. Silent generation, you find those people that they do overlap, very much have a lot of the greatest generation values and have a lot of boomer mentality. They think they understand that. And so I wasn't too upset. I don't know the age ranges of it. I don't know the dates. It is greatest generation, and then it is baby boomers, and then silent generation overlaps, a few years each way. It's a good description, but you could literally do that with anybody. So taking that into consideration, that is now allowed, because like I said in the beginning, I didn't like it. It bothered me a ton. But now I get how you can slip a 10-year window in there and it kind of fits. I feel that way about early millennials. I feel that way about millennials that were born right up against the line of Generation X, because they act Generation X, they feel Generation X. They hate the later millennials. There is a group. So I thought years ago I made up the term Zennial with an X. And then I'm looking around the internet and everybody's been calling them that. So I'm just late to the party on that one. But I consider early millennials to be Zennials with an X, like xylophone. And so answering your question on that, how do I feel about them? Um, the greatest generation, I think, was the greatest generation that ever lived. Going back to answering your original question, because now I got lost in my train of thought. If you realize what the greatest generation went through when they were born and they lived as children and through the Depression, through the Dust Bowl, the Grapes of Wrath time, go watch that movie with Henry Fonda. It's quite an eye-opening thing. That was something powerful, and that's why my grandmother takes aluminum foil and smooths it out and washes it and smooths it out and refolds it and puts it back. Yeah, you and I just you get a sandwich that's wrapped in aluminum foil, you take it and throw it away. No, not my grandmother. My grandmother will take your sandwich out, hand you the sandwich, clean off the aluminum foil. She will fold it back up and straighten it out and put it back in there. She will take a paper towel and tear it into quarters as she's using it so that she doesn't use it all up at once. That growing up in that era taught you to value every little thing. And that's huge. And it's something that's lost. It's even lost on me. I'll admit it. I am not as frugal with things as I should be at all. And when you realize what they went through at that time, then what comes along right after the Depression's over and they're becoming teenagers and they're getting into their 20s and World War II hits. They don't complain about it. They don't whine about it. They don't march on Washington and screaming, yeah, I know there was people against the war and against it. I got it. They volunteered and they went. That sense of loyalty in that generation, that duty to country, that's I know John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. They lived that very thing. They really thought country before me, loyalty to my America before me. That's the way they felt. And it was quite something to see. So they get through that. They go to the prosperous 50s when a lot of things are moving forward and everybody's going to own their little home and do their stuff. And then they get into the 60s, and of course, then we have the revolutions and cultural revolutions and Vietnam, stuff like that. And they tolerated it. And I'm skipping over Korea a little bit, but they rolled with it. They just did their job. They kept focused on stuff and they kept moving forward. When they say they're the greatest generation, it's almost like they suffered the entire time. All of them did. It was quite impressive. The silent generation, I really don't have a finger on the pulse of that because I've only met a few. And like I said, they kind of are a hybrid between those. So if that answers your question, there's the two. But thank you for bringing up silent generation. There's going to be a bunch of people Googling silent generation trying to figure out what that is. So yeah, good, excellent question. Good question. You may now sit at the front of the class, or you can be dismissed and go out to recess early. That was a good call. Jamie Freitas, $5. He says, my Gen X brother and I have differing opinions on this. Was Live Aid awesome or overrated? Enjoy your content. Jamie, I don't know which side of the roll you're on that, but I was there. I don't mean I was physically there. I wasn't lucky enough to be physically in Wembley Stadium, but watching intensely, knowing the bands, the music, feeling everything as much as anyone could at that moment. Live Aid was not overrated. Live Aid was a miracle that it even happened, and it was outstanding. And of course, I know it's going to feel like you're jumping on the bandwagon, but my favorite moment in Live Aid, clearly without any hesitation, was the set that Queen did. I know. I've watched all the other ones. I've watched everybody else who's played it. I got it. Brilliant. But just the Queen one I can watch over and over again, and I feel the same emotions as if I was watching it the first time. So I will speak on behalf of Generation X and tell you it was badass and it was not overrated. Anybody tells you it's overrated, let's go punch them in the mouth and move on. All right. So what did I miss there? I probably missed some stuff. You guys have been talking. You know, if I'm talking here, I can't see what you guys are talking about in here. Let's see, where am I at? Trying to scroll. I got to catch up. I know I got to catch up. Yeah, it's see Amish electrician telling our little 12-year-old Mike to run along. Yeah, I'm telling you. R. Carter, you have a new Patreon subscriber. Hey, Carter, thanks, man. We'll get to that stuff this afternoon. Where's the kid? The kid is he was working on a laptop over there. He's gone now, but he was putting together. He's doing some video for you guys. I'm gonna see if I can explain this right. We had our 1-year anniversary as Gen X Talks as a brand at the end of January, and that's what the 24-hour live stream was for. But the kid figured out exactly when he went on YouTube for the first time, when he brought Gen X Talks over there, and it wasn't very big. It's just like dumped all of his videos on there, and they just sat and did nothing. But he's right. The official date was, I think, February 8th. So he's got 3 days, and he's finishing some tribute video to himself, to Gen X Talks. I don't know, but he's been working on it, and he's trying to get it ready for you guys. It's only going to be on YouTube. It's not on Facebook or Instagram. I'm sure it's going to be too long for his TikTok stuff, but it is something that has to do with what his interpretation of the last year has been from his point of view. So it's coming. He's working on it, and that's it. Now you know what I know, which ain't much. Our 87 Charger says, are 87 babies really millennials? Are 87 babies really millennials? Well, I don't care how many babies you have. You could have 80 babies, or you could have 287 babies. It depends on how many there are, Charger. So you're going to have to skip over that. That's just a question that is. Sorry. I know it'd be better than my own stupid humor. Brandon Stowe, there's a name we remember. $10. As a Gen Z kid, now an adult, I thank my dad, who is 40 now, for his values. As an early millennial, he has the same blunt attitude as you, and I respect that. Well, then, Brandon, I automatically respect you and your dad, and only because you included me in the conversation, and I like that very much. So thanks, man, and I'm glad you're turning out like you are. As long as you're happy with who you are, the rest of us will respect you and move along with you. Boom, boom, boom. Tosh Simpson, just want to let you know you're a legend and appreciate your opinion in videos. Thanks, Tosh. Or Tash. Is it Tash? Or Tosh or Simpson? I understood the word Simpson. So Simpson, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Everybody keeps asking where the kid is. I'm not answering that anymore. I'm not even telling you anymore. Asking for me, and now the kid's back. By the way, is at the laptop.
What they don't have.
Yeah, if they're asking for you, and they were asking about me last night, you're right. You guys are just want what you can't have. You're just a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? All right. I don't know. Nothing says talk that shit, Dad. Am I? Am I not? Josh, I got to go, General. Hope to see you later on. Have a great day. I am going to try to come back on late tonight. Gen X Mom asked if I would try to connect with some of the, I don't know which direction overseas. Is it really early in Europe or really late in like Australia time? I don't know. That's what she wants me to do. So I'm going to go try to hang out with you guys late tonight if I got the energy to do it. Mortimer Duke, I would love to trade places with you. Glad I didn't miss today's stream entirely. For the fund. Okay, look at that word and go. You ever go to read something and you're reading it out loud in public or something, you know you're gonna mess it up, and all of a sudden the clever cloak of intelligence that you've put around yourself is going to be ripped away, and you are going to be exposed for the idiot you are. That's what almost happened there. Glad I didn't bring it up. Mortimer Duke, Thank you, my man. I'm glad you didn't miss the stream either because it's been really entertaining. I just been running my mouth and talking shit. Although we have had a 12-year-old in here who's really doing a good job. So you don't want to, if you missed him, scroll back. Scratch Rapture. Oh, before I even scratch, turn my whole screen yellow, but before I even read it, Scratch Rapture. Dig that name. How do you think, is it $9.99? Is how do you think the best way to get your demo out in the modern age? And do you think a grunge era could have make a resurgence in a meaningful way? You know, that's funny that you asked that question in that way. I actually have a story about some of that. There was as you guys listen to our podcast that the kid puts together, there's buffer music in the front and in the back of it. It's by a band called Highway Down. Uh, just a wonderful bunch of guys, really good. I'm not even into country music, and there's a couple songs in there that really have some 80s rock and roll riffs. They do, and I really like this band. In fact, they played they played my backyard twice. We had a big, huge party. It was a blast. But I remember the time I was helping them. I don't know anything about the music industry. I mean, I know nothing. And I remember trying to figure out how would you promote. They already had a CD. They've been playing local places. So and Scratch. I'm trying to tie it in together with what you're saying here. So I went around to. I'd worked as a mechanic. I had a shop, and so I worked on a lot of executives' cars, a lot of BMWs and Mercedes and Audis and stuff. And so I knew some people that knew some people that knew some people. So I just started asking questions like, "You trying to get this?" Finally, I worked my way into a few radio stations, and I'm talking to some of the higher up dudes in there. And I said, what happened to the days when you just make a cassette tape? You know, you make a record. You know, if you're a real record or you just make a tape, you get your music and you run down to the radio station and you bang on the glass and you hold up your, hey, listen to my stuff. And they do. And the DJ would listen to your music, and if he liked it, he'd play it, and then people would call in, where do I buy this? Where do I go? Then a record label picks up your stuff. I said, what happened to that? I mean, how do you break into that? But now, if you have a good band and good music, where do you go with that? And all of these guys, from the DJs that I sat with in the booth to the higher up guys at the top of the food chain in these radio stations, they all looked at me and said the same thing. You're never going to get your foot in the door that way. There are big money people that come in and they say, I will pay $500,000 and sponsor your tractor pull in January. But you're going to play every song that I say from my label, and you're going to play them in the order I say. And they come in with this corporate money to a radio station. They fund the whole station pretty much. They fund all the activity, all the money. Then they give you the playlist, and you play what they say, and you play how they say it. And I said, I don't like that. That's the first thing I said. I said, I don't. I mean, how do you? I mean, because the internet, you can put your stuff out there, but there's hundreds of millions of people just put songs out there, and they don't go anywhere. And I remember one of the key words that two of the disc jockeys told me. We're sitting in the studio, and he said, "Some of the best music I've ever heard in my life will never be heard by anyone. They're never going to get it out there. It's never going because if you don't have the niche of the mainstream money corporate behind you, I had no idea. I mean, I know you donate money and you can have some say so and stuff. I had no idea that how those things worked with the corporate labels coming in and buying all the events one summer, and they get their songs played all summer by the artists that are on their label, the order they want to. I had no idea. That's how it worked. So, Scratch, when you're asking me, how do you get a demo out? I tried, and it wasn't for me. I don't play any instruments, and I can't sing. But I mean, I actually took time, months, and was knocking on doors, starting at the bottom and working my way up to a point where I could get some answers and understand. And luckily, I knew some people that would sit with me. I'm not saying they would have if I had just been some, Tom, Dick, or Harry walking in off the street. They were nice enough to sit with me for some time and explain how it works. And it's very unfair And it's very unfair, not only just because of the money. I mean, I get the golden rule: he who has the money makes the rules. That's the real golden rule. But to deny all of us some of the coolest music out there, because how many of us have time to scroll through the internet and look at everybody who's got a demo tape out on the internet? How many of us have time to go do that? We don't. We want you to present it to us when we're driving in our car, driving in our truck. Let me hear the cool stuff. That was the way it used to be. That was the way a long time ago. Even up in the 70s and 80s, before it turned corporate, people could take their single, their demo, their tape, and they could bang on the glass front door of the radio station on Sunset Boulevard and go, "You got to listen to this, man." And those days are gone. So if you're asking me a real question, Scratch, I don't know. Could grunge make a resurgence? Yeah, anything's possible. Could happen, but not the way we did it back then. Not the way it was done at those times. It's tough, and I know that's disheartening because that phrase should stick with you guys the same way it stuck with me. When the guy looked me right in the eye and said, some of the greatest, most beautiful music he's ever heard in his life is never going to be heard by anybody. He's never going to see the light of day. What a disheartening moment. What a gut punch. Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, there's your answer on that. I don't mean to disparage you. I don't. I want you to always keep pushing and trying. You can, if you're primed and you're ready, when opportunity shows itself, if you're ready, you'll get it. But it's just not as my way failed. my thought process failed. My way failed, and I was very quietly handed my hat and shown the door. So there you go. Another moving on here. $5 green screen. B-boy, what's your view of The View and Whoopi claiming the Holocaust isn't about race? Disregard if it's not too heavy of a topic. It's just she fucked up. She knew she did. What bothered me is that she said all that stupid shit about Jewish people, which was just the dumbest thing you could say. And then she went on a talk show that same night and tried to double down on it. I'm serious. Now listen to me, which made it worse. And then they gave her a 2-week suspension, and she's mad that she got a 2-week suspension. If it had been on the other side of the fence, on the other side of The View, and someone she was trying to tear down there with her woke career moves, yeah, they would have she'd have been pissed that somebody just got a 2-week suspension. She would have gone, 2-week suspension? That asshole should be fired. But because it's her, she's mad that someone's calling her out. I mean, she has changed over the years so much. I've watched Whoopi grow up since she was a stand-up comic, even before with Billy Crystal and Robin Williams. I mean, she was doing stand-up in all the clubs and making the rounds like everybody else. And her ideas and stuff have changed so much over the years. And it's very tough to watch even snippets of that program now. It's completely off the reservation. But what she did, even her co-host wouldn't have done that. They're like, dude, we're with you, but what the fuck are you talking about? And they tried to clarify it and save it and pull it around. She was having none of it. That's tough, man. She's dug her own hole. She might even lose her job over that just to make a statement, because remember, I think the parent company for The View is ABC, and isn't it ABC and Disney? Didn't they fire Roseanne and some other stuff? I mean, they're going to have a real hard time with lawsuits if they don't hold some similarities there. I mean, I'm not a corporate guy, I'm not a lawyer, but you do cross that line. There's the people that got her in trouble were the people inside the company that stood up for themselves, that stood up for Jewish people. They said, you can't say that about us. And they're people that she works with in that company. That's the ones who wrote letters and said, no, this is not cool. Even when they agree with her, they knew she crossed the line. So there's my 2 cents on that. I don't know if it makes sense or not to you, but it made sense to me, especially when I said it. Adam Ant, I know I say it backwards, I do it on purpose. Hey, from the UK, fashionably late, donation to the Whiskey Fund Enclosed. Thank you very much. We can, at some point, we'll replace this water in a mason jar, and we'll do whiskey. And I know you guys think, well, it looks like moonshine. Well, let's pretend it is, but it's not working today. There's a National Mason Jar Day the other day. That was one of my choices when I was looking up to see what national day it was. There was a National Mason Jar Day. True story. All right, I am really super far behind. I'm closing in on 1 hour, but let's jump around here and see if we can find anybody interesting. Charger, what years do you consider Zennials? 1981 to 1989. That's my thing. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, connect Grapes of Wrath. Got my Grapes of Wrath reference. Thank you. Book and film. Yep. Uh, Gloria says, I just tore a paper towel in half to use it. There you go. Then you saved a tree. Go make yourself a button. We're good. All right, Scratch. See, I got a reply from Scratch. Says, "Amen, brother." I hope that helped, man. I know I just got off on that topic, but Scratch, you talked about something that you had a real question on. I just happened to have a personal story that kind of related to it. I know it wasn't quite what you were going with, but anyway. If you're with me, then cool. Then I didn't mess up my answer with you. Thank you. Uh, uh, um, Mike says, I am born in the greatest generation, TBH, to be honest. Really, Mike, we know you're 12. Okay, no one who's born in the greatest generation would ever use TBH. Who do you think you're fooling, man? And no one born in the greatest generation runs around saying, I was born in the greatest generation. That generation lets others speak about them. Just to prove, Mike, that you're a fucking child. Everything you say, every response you've had in here today, proves that you're 12, going on 9. I mean, I get you know how the keyboard works, the mouse and the power button on your computer. I got it. And I got you. You just got a brand new computer for Christmas and you're still figuring it out. I know. I'm trying to be patient. I've raised a lot of children. You sound just like all of them. I get it. But really, Mike, this isn't the place for you. It really isn't. You're taking up a lot of valuable real estate, proving how dumb you are. I mean, it's ridiculous. Code Blue 68, born in 77, used to collect iron for fun. Yeah, that's funny. I used to do that too. But I did it was funny. I took boy, I just had 12 thoughts in my head. See, that's the problem with Generation X. Okay. We have these genius brains, but we have the average mouth that everyone else has. So when all 12 thoughts try to get out at once, it sounds wrong. But that's not because we're stupid. It's because we got so much cools up here, but it's hard. It's hard on us. So for those of you watching who don't understand Generation X, have a little sympathy. We're not stupid. We just have genius brains with lots of thoughts trying to get out at once. Hey, it's hard on us, but we're working on it. So Code Blue says talk about collecting iron. I've done that too, especially as a kid. It was kind of fun to find all those different things. And I used to use a magnet, what was and what wasn't. You try to find what's iron and learn the different metals. But my most fun one was walking on train tracks and picking up spikes. And then I just took Gen Z kid. I guess it was about a year ago. Man, it might have been a little longer. Just took off and drove up over 58 to Hatchby out to Mojave. There's a small airplane graveyard out there, and then there's some dirt roads that kind of get really close to it. They're not illegal to drive on. They're dirt roads, although they would ask you why you're there. But then they have this really obscure train track that goes through the desert out there. And so we walked up and down that and picked up a lot of spikes. We got some straight ones and we got some bent ones and stuff when they pull them out and do some stuff. And I always thought we'd bring them home. We got them, we still got them in the garage from our little trip out there. I always thought we'd weld them together and make a little shape or something out of them. That iron story, yes, Code Blue. I used to do the same thing, man. I dig that. Thank you. Bum, 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 bum. Daniel Richardson says, "Hey, Gen X Dad, I'm a cheap son of a bitch, and it served me well." Good. You just keep doing that. Somebody said howdy at Ace Diamond. Did I miss Ace? Did I miss his? Oh, there he is. Howdy, General. Ace Diamond, complete reoffender of the program, been around for a long time, and is a faithful follower in the live streams. I mean, that dude will stay. If you say you're doing a 24-hour live stream, he'll sit down and go, "Yeah, I'll follow you for 24 hours in live stream. I've already been on for 36 hours myself, so yeah, we'll just keep going." That's that cat. But anyway, I got to meet him the other day. Ace Diamond and I, one of the people I've met in person. We ran into each other in Ontario and spent a few minutes. Actually, we spent a few minutes on the side of the road by a patch of grass and under a tree talking. It was good though. I had stuff I had to get doing here, but we connected for that few right there. So Ace Diamond, cool cat, friend of the program, and now friend in real life too. So there you go. Scrolling on. What am I missing here? I'm getting close on time. Zoe, thank you for doing that. Hit the like, subscribe, and the whatever the phrase I'm supposed to be using for the like, subscribe, and the bell thing. I never do. Thank you, Zoe, for doing that. I keep forgetting to do that stuff. SP, I had a good relationship with my parents. They hit me only once in my whole childhood. They hit me once. They hit me once in my whole childhood. They started beating me on the 23rd of December in 1942, and they stopped beating me in the late spring. Okay, if you only got beat once, then that's good. And your parents aren't really abusers if they hit their child one time. But that's 2 years. Spring of 42 till 44. Good Lord, what did you do, man? What, did you run over the neighbor's cat or something? I mean, something happened. Oh, wanted dead or alive. I used to walk the tracks and pick up the litter, ball of iron from the track, slingshot. Yeah, when I was a child, that's the kind of cool stuff you find is when you just take off with your buddies or something, and you just take off in the hills. You take off and you walk. Collect the penny on Western Wolf. Oh, you guys are talking back and forth. That's cool. Let you go. Wade Greer says, "Go Gen X." Yeah, we will. We'll take that. Wolf, Wolf says, "Dad, you should listen to Nathan Fair, My Imagination. It's all about what's going on now." You'd have to email that to me. I get so many suggestions on stuff to listen to and postulate on. And I know I should have said ponder on, because when I say postulate, even though it's a similar word, Gen X mom comes unfucking glued. When you say I'm postulating, she literally goes disgusting with that shit. So I can't say postulate. I'm pondering. There's so many things are sent to me to ponder upon that you're gonna have to email it to me, genxdad at genxtalks.com, and I'll get it. And I'll give things a listen. I do. I got some time for that. Okay, where we at? Dave Sauter just says thoughts on Canada. Thoughts. I like Canada. I've been to Canada. Canadians are fucking cool. Thoughts on Canada. That's a broad topic. You. What do you want me to tell you? I don't like the way your states or provinces are drawn out. I think you guys could have done a better job on a map with those, I guess. But hey, Victoria Island's cool. My thoughts on Canada. All right, we're on the last 3 minutes, and so there was something I was going to tell you. Oh, we're talking about hiking and going and doing stuff. So I want to tell you a stupid little story. If you're ever in the San Fernando Valley and you ever happen up Latuna Canyon Road, which goes from the San Fernando Valley's east side up into La Crescenta, it goes up into La Crescenta, and I don't know if it's on any maps. You might have to find a really old topographical map, but they cut a World War II landing strip hidden at the top of one of the mountains on a low mountains. They're not mountains, they're hills, but there's a low strip up there, and could hold a couple hundred planes back in the day if Japan invaded or somebody invaded, and we had to land planes away from airports. The airports were bombed. They took bulldozers and they cleared out this landing strip up there. And my grandfather had always told me about it because he grew up at that time. I didn't believe it was ever up there. And then I ran into a person who said that not only was it there and it was flat and it was kept clean, he knew a teacher that would fly his plane from somewhere to that landing strip and then walk down the hill. I think it was Verdugo High School. Is that where you taught at? Is a school down there? So now I had to go find it. And I was a little kid, 11. And I remember going up there with my dog and looking for a long time, trying to figure out where this flat part of the stuff. And I'm hiking around all these hills. One day I found it. I did find it. It even had a fallen down. Oh, am I going to mess up the name? Windsock? Is that what it was? Looked like it was a pole for a windsock. It had some material on it. I couldn't tell. I guess it could have been a flag. But that was a thing, and it was really there. My grandpa wasn't lying. The guy who said his teacher flew to that thing and taught a class at the bottom of the hill wasn't lying. It really existed. So that kind of stuff we're talking about when you get talking about taking off and walking on the railroad tracks and finding that stuff, that's the stuff. Yeah. Someone tells you a story about something way back where you find it yourself and just go looking. I dig that. I dig those stories better, almost as much as anything. I could sit and talk to you guys for hours back and forth about. I want to hear your stories too. You know what we should do a Zoom call one time on Patreon. Anybody who's in it, we should all get together and do a Zoom call where we can actually talk. And because I have questions, and when you guys bring stuff up like you did something, I want to ask when. I want to ask where. What'd you find? I want to do some listening on that. We got to work on that. I'd love to do that with you guys. That'd be fucking awesome. There should be some criteria though. We should all be drinking. I think that's a must. That'd be a good thing. Okay, so 59 minutes and 54 seconds. So I will tell you all, hey, this is another one of the challenge days. I got through it. It was suggested by you guys that we can't do one a day alive every day for the whole month of February. So you guys challenged. The kids said to do it. Gen X Mom wholeheartedly promised me some really good badonk if I contributed and we made it through. So yeah, I'm gonna try it. Are you kidding me? You guys seen Gen X Mom? Yes. All right, so I gotta go. Listen, I'm going to stop and I'm going to read all the comments. Beautiful disaster. Yes. I don't know. Wait, hold on. It's beautiful disaster. Give me a second. This is important. Jesus Christ. Beautiful disaster says, can't wait to catch you later today if you get back on. Much love to you and the Gen X Talks family. This from this Oklahoma girl. Beautiful disaster. How late's too late? I don't want to miss you. Email me. Just email at genxdadtalks@gmail.com or me directly, genxdad@genxtalks. Tell me how late is too late, and I will try to go out and get all my stuff done, get my chores done, so my mom will let me come back here and play. But you got to tell me how late it's too late for Oklahoma, and then hey, we got an Oklahoma story too. Okay, so look, I don't know what happened there. Eric, I don't know what you mean by that. Okay. Bartaloo the bananas yelled badonkadon. Okay, look, I will go back. As soon as I sign off, I promise you, I go back and I will read all the comments back up here, all the thank yous, the I love yous, the goodbyes, and all the stuff. If there's something in there you guys want me to reply to, or I'll make notes if I miss something important, and we'll catch it all again. But for right now, I got to go. I got to get out of here. I got to get outside. Got to get my day going. But I appreciate you guys all showing up early. And that was a different time slot. A lot of regulars, a lot of repeat offenders that were in here today. I dig that. But a bunch of new people too. Made some new friends in here. So I'm going to head out, log off here, read all the comments, and I'm going to head outside. I will try to be back on late tonight. This is Pacific Standard Time, like Los Angeles time. If I had to guess, I'm guessing I'd be on around 8 or 9 o'clock my time here. And I'm guessing that's what it'll be. So anyway, I got to go. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for not booing me off the stage. I hate when that happens. We'll catch you guys all on the flip side.